Good morning, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming this morning to the special call agenda meeting Wednesday, December 17th, 2025 at 8:15 at the Hotel Value Roberts Room on the second floor, 200 DeSoto Street, Alexandria, Louisiana, 71301. First, we will have our call to order, which we've done, our invocation by Reverend Earl, if you don't mind, sir. Pledge of allegiance, then our roll call, and we'll go into our active items.
As well, Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this gathering.
Amen.
Lord, we thank you for all of us that's under the sound of my voice. Lord, we ask that you bless this meeting. Let it go in accordingly to your will. In your son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mr. McGee?
Here.
Reverend Williams?
Here.
Mr. Morgan?
Here.
And Mrs. Whitehead? Here. Vice Chair, you have the floor.
Thank you. Number one will be a motion to administer oath of office to Commissioner Mrs. Zandria Whitehead.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Would you please repeat after me? I, Zandria Whitehead,
I, Zandria Whitehead, put your hand up, I'm sorry.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws
and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of this state,
of this state.
and that I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties
all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a Greater
greater
Alexandria
Alexandria
Economic Development
Development
Authority member
member
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding.
and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yay.
All right, number two is the election of officers.
Yes, first we will start with, the election for chair. We will open with any nominations.
I would like to nominate, Commissioner Steve McGee.
Any other nominations? With no other nominations being offered? Roll call vote?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Next, we will have, nominations for vice chair.
For vice chair, I'd like to nominate Mr. Ron Morgan, Commissioner Morgan, I'm sorry.
Are there any additional nominations? Hearing none, nominations for chair are closed. Ms. Kiana, roll call vote?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
We will now proceed to election for secretary treasurer. Floor is open for nominations.
I nominate Reverend Earl Williams.
Are there any additional nominations? Hearing none, nominations for secretary treasurer are closed. Roll call vote, Ms. Kiana?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
To everybody.
Number 3, motion to approve the engagement letter with the law firm of Tiffany N. Sanders.
Oh, and I just wanna say due to our recent movement, the bonds is kinda messed up because our bond tags is boxed up with it, so it just kinda worked the way that, but everything's in there.
Okay. Motion.
Motion. You made a motion. Second.
Ms. Campbell, there's a motion and a second on the floor for the, number 3. Behind tab 4, by the way. Yeah. Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 4, motion to approve the 2026 engagement letter with Knight Madison CPAs.
Behind tab 5.
Are there any comments? Public comments? There a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please. Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 5, a motion to approve the executive director's employment contract.
Behind tab 3.
Are there any comments? Public comment?
I'd like to, make a substitute motion for this item. Saying that, that the board initiate the executive director evaluation and contract review process prior to consideration of any new contract, given that the current contract remains in effect through February.
So now that he's made a substitute motion, discussion will be on that substitution and whether it should replace the original motion.
So moved. Is there a second? To the substitute motion? Do we need a roll call vote?
You don't have to necessarily, all those, in favor of substituting the motion, just, say yes, all in favor.
Aye. And just to be clear, Ms. Angie's, contract is not up until February. So we wanna review everything and make sure everything is up to par and, solid before we make this decision. We wanna make sure that the amount of the contract is fine and also go through the evaluation process. Are there any public comments? Is there a second? Or we already had a second, okay. Number 6, motion to open public hearing regarding the proposed GAEDA 2026 operating capital budget. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, presentation of the proposed 2026 budget.
Okay, as you can see in our budget presentation, the first column is the actual amounts.
What tab is that?
That's,
It's in the policy.
it's
Oh, okay,
the first column is the actual amounts through November of 2025. The second column is the original 2025 budget, and the third column is the proposed 2026 budget. The original 2025 budget will also be amended in January when we get our sales tax revenues in, and we're still working through some expenses that we know we're gonna have that will be included in that budget amendment. But as you can see, revenues through November were quite a bit more than what we had budgeted. The proposed budget is based off of 2025 revenues at 95%, and this is an estimate, but we're still estimating what we're gonna collect in December. And so I feel like that's a fairly conservative revenue number. New in the current year is the rent income in November. And so we have that based on current contracts that we have in the budget, that real income. Operating expenses, there's really not a lot of changes in that except for expenses related to the building. So you'll see, we have some more insurance, we have some more, I just created a category for building expenses. That includes, maintenance, pest control, alarm, those type of items, and then utilities as well. And then the other item in there, I left in other professionals and meetings, based on the fact that y'all have said you want to do some, meetings, with the public and those type of things, and so that would cover that. So you can see, based on, through November, our total operating expenses are $374,522. We've budgeted operating expenses of $440,000, and then $625,000 for economic development. Of course, we always monitor that as we go through the year, where revenues are, and make adjustments accordingly if we need to. Fortunately, basically, I think since COVID's completed its cycle, revenues have been increasing slightly year over year, so that's been good. And they've been, I told Angie a while ago, I think this may be a record-breaking year for revenues for GAEDA. So we just put this budget together based off of current information, and feel like those numbers are as solid as we can have at this point in time. I will tell you, with only 1 month of operations in the building, I think we'll end up amending the budget for some building expenses before the year is out next year, but with only 1 month, it's impossible to tell, so I wasn't gonna try to put a crystal ball to anything like that at this point, until we have some time under our belt and see what comes up. But I think it's a solid budget. I think the revenues are solid, and of course the expenses are as well, based off current history. So, any questions in this?
Okay. Commissioner? Are there any comments? Public comments?
With that presentation, how the, budget will lay over 14 days, John?
It'll lay over to the next meeting. It'll be advertised, in
January?
town hall, and then we'll bring it up for approval in January meeting.
All right, number 8, motion to approve and adopt the public records request policy.
So,
Second.
so this, public records request policy was added over the past, several weeks and months. GAEDA has received several public records, requests, and while we obviously are committed to transparency, we don't have a public records request policy. We've never had one because we just never received a ton of public records requests, but in light of all things that's happened, we have been receiving them. specifically about the building we just purchased and how, the appraisal, they wanted to look at the appraisal, all kinds of things. But nonetheless, we're a public agency, so we are bound to comply. But with that, this most recent public records request was by the former chair, Dr. Lewis, where he's asked for 15 years worth of documents. And so because we don't have a public records request policy, we are responsible for utilizing staff to make these copies, and we can't charge anyone for these copies unless we have a policy in place. And so, although it won't apply to him because he made the request before the policy, my recommendation to our executive director is that we definitely institute a policy to prevent us from having to bear the cost of these requests that are coming in. And so, you see, I don't know what it's, I don't have the tabs in my folder, but it's behind tab, what number is missing? And so I recommend, charging a reasonable fee for copies of the public records, not to exceed the actual cost of reproduction, because this is not something you're making a profit off of, you just want to, make sure that they're paying for the reproduction of the documents. And so I have in here 25 cents per page, which will, reflect GAEDA's actual cost of reproduction, including the paper, the toner, equipment use, that type of thing. So that's what this policy, pertains to.
I believe we had a motion by myself and a second by, Vice Chairman Morgan.
I motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Morgan motion, it was my second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Number 9, to approve December 2025 consent agenda. A, motion to approve the November 2025 meeting minutes. And B, motion to approve the November 2025 financial statement.
And I'd also like to add, added the October 2025 minutes motion for you. With that motion, we need to.
We didn't have a November meeting, so that's incorrect.
Yeah, we have a quorum in November.
Yeah, so that's what we did.
Yeah, we had a discussion.
So there were minutes. Yeah, so with that motion, we need a motion and a second. And then we need to add to the agenda, by unanimous consent, a motion to approve the October minutes. So first, the December 2025 consent agenda. You have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion passes. Now, a motion to
Approve
add
November.
to the agenda. A motion to approve the October minutes,
So,
2025 minutes.
moved by Ms. Whitehead, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now a motion to approve it.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Now, we're going to November.
No,
Okay,
we're on number 10. Yes, sir.
Number 10 is a motion to approve a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Alexandria Museum of Arts in an amount not to exceed $10,000 for the 2026 exhibition series.
Wait for the meeting date, kill me.
Is there a motion?
This, item, they originally asked for 60,000 in their application, but, I brought it down to 10,000 because of the expenditures that we're doing with the building, the renovation, all those things, and things that we want to do going forward. And I'll discuss that in my executive director's comments. So is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? Okay, so we have discussion for, open for the floor for discussion on this motion. Any discussion?
Is there anyone here from the center?
Yes.
No, that's for the museum.
I mean, for the museum.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the second left.
Good morning. I'm Catherine McCrory. I'm Director of the Alexandria Museum of Art. And first, I'd like to pay tribute to Mr. Moeller, who championed the idea that GAEDA should enter into cooperative endeavors with downtown cultural properties to support their year-round work to keep our downtown alive and vital, rather than the one-off grants and sponsorships. He was aware of the importance of these entities to the quality of life in our community and all communities, particularly in regard to economic development. When companies want to locate here in Alexandria or hire professionals, Alexandria must make the case for why they would want to move here. And quality of life is a major factor. Some important reasons to support arts and culture include fiscal return. Public investment in arts yields returns through increased sales, hotel, and income taxes, making a sound economic strategy. Community identity. Arts and culture shape Louisiana's unique identity, fostering pride and a sense of place, which are crucial for economic development and vitality. Community development. Enhanced property values, increases tax bases, and involves overall quality of life, making areas more attractive for investment and living. So museum attendance for this past year has been about 8,000, not quite back up to our pre-pandemic numbers. And our largest audience is our own community. Gallery visitation from out of town is about 7% when you look at the entire year. Certain times of the year, it's a little bit more than that. And outside of those numbers, art openings bring in additional out-of-town people. Our last opening, we had about 30% of the people there were from out of town. And we host approximately 8 weddings a year that always bring folks in from out of town that we can't really get accurate numbers for. The Louisiana Dragon Boat Races brings at least 2 teams and all of the facilitators from out of town. We host concerts and classes that bring in musicians and artists from out of town. The cooperative endeavors have been an important part of our funding, and really one reason we're still here. They have supported not only tourism, but accessible and free programming for all citizens in our community. Art exhibits, tours, classes for K through 12 students, art shows for K through 12 students, a free teen club, free family and adult programming, lectures, artist presentations, free healthy living programming for veterans, and weekly yoga for all, free. So we thank you for and we are grateful for the funding that you're offering today. It is our hope that this body will continue to see the importance and significantly of supporting our local ongoing arts and culture institutions so that we continue towards revitalizing downtown and retaining the vibrant cultural offerings we have in Alexandria that impress every out-of-towner that comes to visit. We always get just raves and surprise at what they find here in our cultural sector. I have to say it's troubling to me that some of the council members have not appointed commissioners, and I know there's been a lot of conflict through the last couple of years. And they're saying they can't find anyone to serve, and I plan to send them a list of folks I believe would be good servants and peacemakers, and I have talked to them about that. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
Can I make a couple of comments?
Sure.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for bringing this subject up about cultural arts within the city of Alexandria. I've been living here for a number of years, and I'm saying this, I hate to say it because it's true in my perspective, that the cultural arts here have been one-sided, and we need to be more inclusive of the cultural arts within our community. The state of Alexandria, not Alexandria, the state of Louisiana has multiple cultures within it, and we need to have more exhibits and more events related to that. And I'm not sure what the board looks like that is related to the Alexandria Arts, but I would like to see more diversity in that. I know people don't like to talk about diversity, but that is very important because they have to have different perspectives when it comes to what is needed or what is requested within the community. So thank you.
I have to say that since I've been director of the Alexandria Museum for the last 16 years, my single focus has been to tear down the temple walls and invite the entire community in. We have focused specifically on diversity in our exhibitions, and I can say that we've had at least 20 exhibits solely for Black Americans, African American artists. We have put accessible programming, free programming, invited everyone. People have to be willing to step over the line. And I know it's been uncomfortable in the past, but I've worked hard to try to break that down. We just hired a marketing director that I hope will get the word out more towards more, communication is a hard thing today because everybody's in their silos. And if your Facebook doesn't cross my Facebook, you don't see what's out there. We've lost our hometown newspaper. There's no accountability because of that. I used to work in newspapers. I know how important that is. So I invite you to follow us on social media. And I invite you all to check out the programming we have. In March, we'll be opening, right now we have an exhibit up at the museum called Emerge, New Orleans artists post-Katrina. So it's a collection that was gifted to our museum by an African-American artist and publisher who spent his summers in Pineville growing up. And the works are all a diverse, very diverse group of artists that were creating work in New Orleans as it was rising up after Katrina. In March, we have a portrait exhibit coming that includes 2 African-American artists and 1 Caucasian artist that will focus on the fact that portraiture has changed in the last 250 years, and that we are embracing and celebrating all people and the way they are depicted in art forms. Right now we have an exhibit from a local person called Poetry and Protest, that are quilts that have messages that I think we all should see. And I do send our programming flyers to the GAEDA board, and I'll continue to make sure you receive them. Sometimes I send them through Angela. So we invite everybody in, and I would hope that everybody will, we have free days on every second Saturday. You can check out a pass to the museum through the local library. If you have a card, we've just joined a program that's through the statewide library system for that. We're doing all we can to promote diversity, and we're not afraid of that word at the Alexandria Museum of Art. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, Ms. Kiana, roll call vote, please.
Ms. McGee,
No.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Ronald Morgan, Ms. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
No.
Vice Chair, motion fails. Next motion.
Okay. Motion to approve a quorum and endeavor agreement with the Rapid Symphony Orchestra in the amount not to exceed $10,000 for the 2026 concert series.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Moved by Reverend Williams, seconded by Ms. Whitehead. Discussion.
Good morning, I'm Terry Oben, the treasurer for the Raccoon Symphony. I think the most important things you would want to know for this morning are that the symphony brings people downtown. Most of our performances, not every year, sometimes all of the performances are downtown. This year, one of them will not be. The symphony will be going into its 59th consecutive season this coming year. We will produce 7 live professional performances. 2 of those will be free and open to the public, and that happens to be the largest percentage. Those 2 will, they'll be free and open to the public, one of which will be the Cool Spring Pops on the River. We're expecting about 1,500 people at that performance. Super family friendly, super kid friendly, fireworks. It will be a delight for people from every single possible walk of life. It'll be a chance for all of us to visit with, those who we may not visit with at any other point in time. And it's truly uplifting for the entire community. These cultural arts organizations, I echo a little bit about what the executive director for the museum said about these cultural arts. They make life better for us in Alexandria. They make this a better place to live and work. And to a person, to speak to these people at these free and free to the public performances is, they anticipate it, they bring their family and friends. I've got family coming in from out of town, I'm just one person, but they bring their families, and it's truly a treasure for Alexandria that we can promote them. And a lot of public funding has gone away over the years for these public cultural arts institutions, and so your work in helping to sustain them in some way, especially when it comes to marketing, is crucial for, I know for our organization, I'll speak for us. I've got a couple of our brochures that detail the performances for the year, and I'll just hand them out to you. But the other of these 2 free and open to the public performances will be a March Sunday afternoon performance at the zoo. We've teamed up with the Alexandria Zoo and the Rotary Club, and it's sort of an encore from last year. These performances, some composers write specifically to address children, young children, and it's dramatic to see young children in the audience at the zoo just so engaged, and we forget that even young children can benefit from that in life. The first performance this year will be in February, and it'll feature young and upcoming, hopefully soon to be professional musicians from Louisiana. It'll be our biannual concerto competition. The winners from the 2 divisions, one will be the high school division and the other will be the college, but it will be Louisiana performers moving on toward professional careers. The winners perform with the symphony on stage at that Saturday night performance. But throughout the year, over the course of the year, we'll expect just a little over 4,000 in attendance. And that's feet on the ground, that's people in downtown Alexandria, people in restaurants, people in shops beforehand, both before and after the performances. We'll expect at least 200, up to 240 possibly, hotel room nights. There is some out-of-town attendance. A lot of it is with musicians coming in from out of town. It's the impact is that you've got people downtown, and that's really important. And I think those are the things you need to know. Does anybody have any questions?
What kind of diversity are as far as artists, or as far as symphony artists is there in the series?
It's a good question. I talked to some, and it's a fact, and one of the patrons who attended a concert pointed it out. He was elderly and had to have a ride to the symphony, and he was talking to the musicians because they pack up and leave and wait for their colleagues before they'll leave the concert hall. He said, I think I spoke to people from 10 different countries here, South American countries, Asians. It's incredibly diverse. The staffing of the musicians, our board is diverse, and we're putting on performances that'll attempt to break, I don't use these words, you know, I don't wanna use this, lightly, but to break down those walls. People come to enjoy music at, you know, it's a language they can enjoy together, but it's an excuse for us to be together and visit with those we may not ever visit with otherwise. It's important. These free and open to the public performances are very important, and I'm glad that a large portion of the total attendance will be taken up with those free and open to the public concerts, which are not free and which force us to have to charge admission fees for the rest of the year and you know, beat the bushes for funding. And your funding that you provide is crucial, and it allows us to do marketing that we've not been able to do before. So, and the programming is also designed to try to break down those walls. We'll feature African-American composers. We've done that. The last concert that we did was toward that end was at the First Methodist, and it was entitled The Fourth Wall. It featured African-American poets. Their poetry was put to music, and it was billed for that purpose, and we teamed up with with an arts festival there conducted at the Methodist Church.
How did you guys come up with the amount of $60,000 with your initial request?
Okay, so our request for funding was the 30, and that came up with the that came up because last year our total marketing was 31,000, and so if you had put on the table a vote on whether or not to approve 10, that will certainly help to defray those marketing expenses. Whether that's TV, social media, our website. We have a big portion of that is our annual program that we produce. The trifold that's mailed out as well, and so your funding will help very much defray those expenses.
Are there any other public comments? Any other comments?
Thank you for the work you do.
Thank you.
I met those gentlemen, and they're awesome gentlemen and everything. It's the same thing about, and the most thing is I'd like to do is see how about the marketing related to the events that take place, more diverse marketing within more diverse media that's out there and available to the public. We have media here that's been ignored, and so we want to make sure that that information and that marketing goes to them also. And so we want to, you know, as far as for events that take place. Symphony, I grew up in the band through high school, and I, you know, have a very great appreciation for music in all forms and fashion. And I'm sure that many of you have been in the band, and we have many young men and women that have been in the band and did definitely have appreciation for music. And I think music is very important. Symphonies, orchestras and everything, because I love Winston Marsalis, but thank you.
I do too.
Roll call.
Ms. McGee,
No.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, motion fails.
Number 12, a motion to approve a grant request for the Louisiana Department of Veterans of Foreign Wars in an amount not to exceed $5,000 to assist with meals for the VFW Midwinter Conference to be held January 22nd through 25th, 2026 at the Hotel Benton.
They're not here today, and you won't see the grants in the books because it's the standard grant contract that we do. it's just an amount may change based on the city. Well, I came up with this amount based on the Excel sheets that we keep on each grantee from the year prior and what they were able to use. I think last year we gave them, maybe 10,000, they weren't able to use all of it. This is based on the amount that they're using consistently, and it's about 5,000. The veterans are very dear to my heart, cause I'm a veteran. But to keep it, consistent and being accountable, I think 5,000 is sufficient.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Ms. Whitehead. Motion passes.
Motion to approve a grant request for the Grand Chapter Royal Arch Masons in an amount not to exceed $2,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the Grand Chapter Royal Arch Masons to be held February 26, March 1st, 2026 at the Hotel Inn.
Again, same thing, I don't think anyone is here, but, same thing, and they do good reporting as the veterans do, but again, $2,000.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is there any discussion, public comment?
Who seconded?
Mr. Moore. I did.
Roll call vote?
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead. Motion passes.
Number 14, motion to approve the grant request from the Louisiana State University, LSUA, in an amount not to exceed $5,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the Red River Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament to be held February 22nd through March 1st, 2026 at the LaBorde Earls Coliseum.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning, my name is Tyler Unsicker, I'm the Director of Athletics at LSUA, and we've been actually, 14, 15, and 16 are all ours, I don't know if we're gonna tackle all of them at the same time or not, but we've been hosting this, I've been here 5 years, this will be our 5th year of hosting it, and I think we hosted it for several years before this, and this tournament embodies Law. We've been having teams come here for all of these years, and they look forward to coming here. In fact, in the past couple of years, I've offered other people opportunities to host, but everybody loves coming here, and so it's been a great kind of flagship for us to be able to have this tournament here, and we get teams from New Mexico, from Texas, from all over the place that come to Central Louisiana for this big tournament every year. And we usually have teams that have gone on. I know our LSUA men's team made it to the final 8 last year, go to Kansas City to compete in the national tournament and really represent our area well. So this provides opportunities for us as a community to bring all of these teams here and showcase all the great things we have in Central Louisiana, staying in hotels, restaurants, shopping, and all of the great things that we have to offer here in Alexandria. So we appreciate all that you've done for this, and really feel that this tournament and these tournaments that we're doing bring heads to beds here in our area and continue to grow our economic development. Questions on that? The next one is another NAIA basketball tournament below it, and then the next one is a tennis tournament, and we've hosted all of these for multiple years. So all similar opportunities that we have to host and to put out a bid and to be received and accepted to be able to host all these many teams that come to Central Louisiana.
Where's number 15 gonna be? The basketball tournament? Where's that location gonna be?
The NAIA one?
Yeah,
That one's at the LaBorde Earls as well.
okay.
So you have 2 at LaBorde Earls,
Correct.
and the other one will be at the tennis courts here.
Here in town, yep, correct.
Okay, so we have, a motion by Ms. Whitehead and a second by Mr. McGee. Roll call vote.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
17 is motion to approve a grant request by LSUA in an amount not to exceed $1,500 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the NAIA Men's Basketball Tournament to be held March 12th through the 14th, 2026 at Refuge Parish. Oh, it's the border. Your motion?
Motion.
Any other comments?
No. I'll make the motion.
Ms. Whitehead, sir.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 16, a motion to not recommend a grant request for LSUA in an amount not to exceed $5,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the LSUA tennis tournament to be held April 9th through 12th, 2026 at the City of Alexandria's tennis courts and Aquatics Club tennis courts.
Mr. Chair, this is supposed to be a motion to recommend. At
Oh.
first, we didn't know where they were gonna hold it, we thought it was gonna be outside the city limits, but we went back and, looked, and it is gonna be held in Alexandria, so it's a motion to recommend.
I'm sorry, let me restate. Motion to recommend a grant request for Louisiana LSUA in an amount not to exceed $5,000 to assist with meals and advertising and marketing for the LSUA tennis tournament to be held 9th through 12th, 2026 at the City of Alexandria tennis courts and Aquatics Club tennis courts.
Correct. Thanks for the correction.
Motion.
Second.
Are there any public comments on this issue? This item? Roll call vote?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
and Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 17 is a motion to approve grant request for the Manor House in the amount not to exceed $10,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the AM Pro Tour Golf Tournament to be held April 13th through 18th, 2026 at Links on the Bayou.
Oh, she's here. She normally is, but, and I think you've all heard her present before. She was at the November meeting. She presented about this tournament, and it is huge. They're pro golfers, they do outstanding reporting, but again, I recommended 10,000 because of the amount of golfers that they have in the days.
Motion.
This is based on, excellence.
Moved by Reverend Williams, seconded by Ms. Whitehead. Is there any discussion? No further discussion, roll call vote, Ms. Campbell.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 18, motion to approve a grant request for the Louisiana Taxidermists Association in an amount not to exceed $5,000 to assist with meals and marketing. Meals and advertising and marketing for the Louisiana Taxidermist Convention to be held on May 14th through the 17th, 2026 at the Randolph Riverfront.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? Any public comment? Hearing no public comments, roll call vote, Ms. Campbell.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Item 19, motion to approve the grant request for the Louisiana Department of Veterans of Foreign Wars in an amount not to exceed $10,000 to assist with meals for the VFW State Convention to be held June 18th through the 21st, 2026 at the Randolph Riverfront Center.
Motion.
Second.
Any public comment? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote, Ms. Young.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 20 on the agenda is a motion to approve the grant request for the United Educational Missionary Baptist Association in an amount not to exceed $2,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the NBCA Great Commission Church Summit to be held 2023 through 2026 at the Holiday Inn Downtown and Randolph Riverfront Center. So moved.
Is there a second? Any public comment?
Is anyone here?
No, I think those guys should be receiving a little more money to help them out, cause this convention been real good. I done been to it twice, 2 years when they had it, it's been good.
It is, but what they put on their, grant request and what they were asking for, what GAEDA can pay for, I think they asked for $5,000 for meals, and that's the reason why I came up with $2,000, because it's the first time, we're doing it with them, but we can't give them more than they asked for, and then the other thing is, we can't pay for everything, we can only do meals and advertising and marketing, so that's the column that we came up with.
Could we make it like, it's 3,500?
That's up to the board.
We want to continue to come here, for that experience. More than
I
that.
think it was maybe 2,500.
Yeah, they asked for originally 2,500.
2,500.
So, that's what they had in their application.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
time.
Niggas 2,500, we give, y'all give them our money, make sure we be fair.
The original request was for 2,500. Okay, then I would like to amend the motion, to increase the amount from 2,000 to 2,500.
So, Mr. Morgan's substitute motion, is there a second to his substitute motion?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Morgan, seconded by Mr. McGee. Any further discussion on the substitute motion? Roll call vote?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Number 21, motion to approve the grant request from Friends of Greenhurst in an amount not to exceed $3,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the 2026 Bayou Rapids Invitational to be held March 21st to the 22nd, 2026 at Links on the Bayou Golf Course. Is there anyone here from Friends of Greenhurst? Is there any discussion? Is there a motion?
Second.
Moved by Ms. Whitehead, seconded by Mr. Morgan. Roll call vote, Ms. Kim?
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 22 on the agenda is a motion to approve a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Central Louisiana Juneteenth Association in an amount not to exceed $10,000 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the 2026 Juneteenth celebration to be held June and October 2026 throughout Alexandria, Louisiana.
Again, this is keeping in, concert with the other cooperative endeavor agreements, the quality of life, I kept them all at 10,000. So I don't know if Ms. Fraser is here.
Was she here in November?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, 1,000.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Moved by Reverend Williams, moved by Reverend Williams, seconded by Ms. Whitehead. Roll call vote, Ms. Kim.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 23, item, motion to approve the grant request for the Grand Lodge of Louisiana, F and AM, in an amount not to exceed $5,000 to assist with meals, for the 215th Annual Grand Lodge Session to be held April 17th through the 19th, 2026 at the Randolph Riverfront Center.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Morgan, seconded by Mr. McGee. Any discussion, any public comments? Hearing no further comments, Ms. Kiana, roll call vote.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead,
Yes.
motion passes.
Item number 24 is a motion to approve a grant request for the St. Matthew's Baptist Church in an amount not to exceed $2,500 to assist with meals, advertising, and marketing for the program An Evening of Spiritual to be held February 12th, 2026. Motion.
Second.
Any public comments? It's been moved by Mr. McGee, seconded by Ms. Whitehead. Roll call vote, Ms. Snyder.
Ms. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Ms. Whitehead,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, are there any commissioner comments? First of all, I want to welcome Ms. Zandria to the Board of Commissioners for GAEDA. We look forward to working with you, and we want to congratulate you for being nominated or for being seated with us. Anybody else? All right, Executive Director comments, Ms. Angie?
Yes, sir. I wanna, also welcome Ms. Whitehead. It's, a pleasure to have you with us, and I look forward to working with you. I wanna say this, and I'm careful of how I say it, but I do mean what I say. I've heard Mr. Moore mention here today and what his, legacy was while he was executive director. I worked with him for 20 years. I understood it completely, and I understood why he did some things. That being said, I would like to make a pivot, because this is my legacy now. And although I did not grow up, and I'm not apologizing for it, I didn't grow up in underserved areas. I'm a military brat, I was in the military, and we always lived in extremely nice areas. That being said, the move that I dreaded, moving to Bolton Avenue Community Center, was actually a blessing in disguise. It opened my eyes up to some things, having to go there and work every day and be in the middle of everything, driving around the community. It really broke my heart. Quality of life are important, and my recommendations are not sliced out of anything that you guys are doing. I appreciate it. Some people say, well, we don't go to things like that. Well, I do, you know, and I'm black. When I look in the mirror, I know I'm black. So, but again, I look at some of these other areas, and the work that we're most proud of is the work that we did on the Sonic Drive. I wanna get back to that, doing projects in underserved areas, making true economic development decisions, upgrade those, the people that live in those areas deserve our resources just as much as other districts do. So those are going to be, I wanna move away from just being a grant, making entity into actually projects and upgrading these areas. I heard, Councilman Laverne last night wanting to do, housing projects, affordable housing. I think we need to get back to that. It's going to be harder,
I agree.
but we need to get back to it. That's what my mother believed in that. I wanna do business, small businesses, training, educating us to where, and I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Our African American community, we need to get educated on how we get in business and do business. That's what I want GAEDA to go forward and do, that's my vision. And it continues off my mother's legacy. So, and that's it, I'm gonna get passionate about it, but, I really would like us to do that, not because we're right now a black board, or black members. That has nothing to do with it. My whole family, I got the whole melting pot in my family, okay? So anybody that accuses me of that or accuses this board of that is dead wrong in their life, okay? This is about the quality of life, what our mission statement says, creating a better quality of life for Alexandria citizens. And that means all of us, because if you walk in those areas, you don't just see black people. On Bolton Avenue, I saw all kinds of people, all colors, sleeping, coming to the warming station. So it's not about a black and white thing. It's not about politics. It's about creating a better life for Alexandria citizens. Thank you.
Let me just piggyback off of Ms. Bernardo. We want to impact areas that need an impact. Areas that are not as much need as other areas. We want to impact those areas that need it. And there's so many areas in District 1, District 2, District 3. These are the areas that need impact. These are the areas that people want to live just like they do in 3, 4, and 5. There shouldn't be a deprived area and a thriving area. The whole area should be thriving together as well as working together. This board now is about diversity. It's not just about one color. It's not about another color. We want all colors mixed together. We want all people mixed together in all areas. We're not just looking to serve one thing. We want to work citywide, but we want to work citywide in areas that are in need of an economic impact. Areas that, I'm not gonna say that don't need it, because the whole city needs an economic impact. But there are parts of the city that need it more than others. And we want to catch those areas up with the other areas so that everything doesn't, so we don't want it to look, when you're in one area, it looks nice and clean, but then when you're in another area, it looks subpar. We want all areas to look the same. And that's what's gonna bring people into town. That's what's gonna get people off of 49 when they come through here and they look at this part of town as they're driving through and say, boy, that town looks interesting. They're thriving. Pineville is gonna pass us up quick if we don't get on the ball. And nobody's gonna save us but us. Nobody's coming here to change things but us. So if we don't do it, it won't get done. And now we're gonna have these areas that are impoverished. We're gonna have these areas that are deprived, when all areas should be thriving. So that's the mission for the board now. That's part of the rebranding of the board. We want diversity in our cultural events. We want diversity in everything. And that's where we're standing right now. And go ahead, sir.
Can I add a motion? Consent?
It has to be.
With a unanimous consent?
That's correct.
All right, so this is the motion I like to add, just hearing everybody talk about that. I might have it wrong, but help me out with it. Motion that GAEDA affirm its expand role in long-term economic development beyond event support and adopt workforce retention, neighborhood revitalization, and small business development as its priority focus for the upcoming year of 2026.
Okay, so he has offered a motion to be added to the agenda, so before you can vote on the motion, you have to vote whether to allow it to be added. So with that being said, the question is, would you allow this motion to be added to the agenda?
So
Roll call vote?
Mr. McGee?
yes.
Reverend Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Mrs. Whitehead?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, it was moved by you, Mr. McGee?
And who seconded?
I'll second.
Okay, and then the roll call vote, so motion passes. And it's part of our mission statement already, which is just restating it, for clarity.
So now we're to the motion. Mr. Williams, Reverend Williams, can you read it one more time? This is kind of work.
He don't say much. but
Come on,
he
preacher.
knows.
Motion that GAEDA affirms its expand role in long-term economic development beyond event support and adopt workforce retention, neighborhood revitalization, and small business development as its priority focus for the upcoming year of 2026.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Moved by Mr. McGee, seconded by Ms. Whitehead. Any discussion? Roll call vote, Ms. Cyrus.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Reverend Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Ms. Whitehead.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Are there any comments on that motion? Public comments? All right, Mr. Terrio has left, so are there any comments? Are there any public comments or questions at this time? I apologize, Ms. Sands.
That's okay. So I just wanted, as a brief housekeeping, I just want to remind you all that all the commissioners are required to complete their annual ethics training. So if you have not done that for the year of 2025, please reach out to me. I'll be able to send you the link so you can complete it, but it must be done each year by each commissioner. Questions?
Any more comments, Ms. Sands? Anything?
That's it.
Okay. Mr. Terrio is not here. Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't-
Public comment?
Yes, ma'am, please. I apologize for not seeing you.
No, no worries. I appreciate the direction that you're wanting to take. It is heartbreaking to drive around our community. I'm driving into downtown and out of downtown every day is heartbreaking. To see the community that my grandparents were so proud of, and it's deteriorating around all of us. And so, you know, I was a board member for the housing. And when I lived in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, I was a part of a group called Hallelujah Housing. And what we did was we formed an organization that didn't build houses from the ground up, but helped people repair their homes that they couldn't afford to. And we had a team of volunteers that went in and did that. And the impact was wonderful. And I think the long term, which is exactly what our institutions downtown are looking at, we're not looking at one event, we're looking at the long-term impact of our programming on future generations, on mental health, on all of those things. And so I appreciate the articulation of that focus, Angie, and look forward to seeing what comes to fruition. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I wanna tell the board, thank y'all. I see true greatness, right? Y'all standing on the business of the city, Alexandria. Y'all see the problem, y'all traveling the problems. We live in these rough neighborhoods, it's rough. But we also need on both sides of the fence. I mean, Jackson Street on back, we still need it. Everywhere, homeless is bad here in Alexandria. It's rough. I see it daily, we see it a lot, but we wanna continue to work with each other. Those who don't wanna be here, they don't wanna pick their people, we know why. They're not a power. But I see a bunch of strong people that's standing together to show power, show what's right for the community in Alexandria. As an elected official, I'm glad to work with any one of y'all. And we collaborate, the parish and the city and the GAEDA board to make sure we make things happen. Because we're always so separate, we're apart, but we're not at the table with each other to make things happen. That's the problem. Everyone has their own agenda, but the agenda is for the people. We're here for one thing only, the people of Alexandria. Myself, Rapides Parish. But I wanna make sure that we understand. I talked to Mr. Muller many days, many times. Like, when he walked in the building, I was happy to see him because he showed me what a real man looks like besides my father. When he stepped in the building at the Ridley, he stood tall. He had his head high, he looked real good, he was sharp. and he spoke well as a black man. And he always told me, he said, man, I wanna make sure change in this town. I would walk to that building, just ring the doorbell, and just to look at his face, to see him, because I wanted to be strong like him as an elected official, because I knew he was going the right path. When he built that sidewalk down on Masonic, that was his plan. His plan was to make sure that we can get from the hospital, black people, from Sonia quarters to the hospital in a walking path, because we didn't have transportation. They come out of his mouth. The $80 million that Jack Roy trying to say that his plan, it's Mr. Mueller's plan. He started the plan. And that's why C. Ray Lewis is trying to take his plan. See, let's be transparent. I don't hold nothing back. He want to steal the man's plan to get a Jack Roy. That's not business. That's not, it's a personal problem with me. Because how can Ms. Angie be strong and do her job to be effective when a man trying to steal a plan that's already written? It's written. And for y'all to follow it, we have to know what's going on. So I pray that we stay together as a black community and white community as a whole, and we work together, you know, so we can be able to conquer where we need to go, y'all. Let's continue to work together as a board, as elected officials, as the people in the community who needs our advice and help save the people we need to take care of. Thank y'all, and I love y'all.
Well, I want to thank everybody for their comments, and I hope you all can see that we're a new day. We're a new day. We're not about one, we're about all. Alexandria, the great. That's our mission, to make the entire city the greatest city. We want you to come here as visitors, as residents, and enjoy being able to live as a resident in Alexandria. We don't want you, yeah, I live in LA, you know how that is. No, we want some exuberance. I live in Alexandria. You guys ought to come visit us. You're missing on so much. And you may think that I want to really touch on this. We're not against the symphony. We're not against the museum. We need all those things, but we have to put our priorities in line and touch bases and make an impact on what needs to be impacted first, second, third, in a methodical manner. And that's what we're trying to do. We want to build Alexandria. We want to reach the heights of Lafayette, Baton Rouge. We want to keep our young people here when they graduate from Ash, Bolton, and Menard, and Peabody. We want to make sure that there are jobs here for them when they get out of college, when they graduate with those degrees. We want those degrees to land here. And that's what's going to impact us through workforce. That's what's going to impact us with roofs, people staying here, buying homes. We want to make sure homes are affordable. And they're nice. Not that they're affordable and half-built or they're in different areas that you wouldn't expect them to see. We want nice homes throughout the entire city. We want to be able to make things affordable for young families, young men and women who are having children. We want to make sure they have a place that they can thrive and grow and be prosperous and be proud of. I'm proud of Alexandria. I'm proud of the direction that we're moving in. We're about improvement. We're about making things better. With that being said, this meeting is adjourned.
Merry Christmas.